Hey, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Shon, aka Shon 93000. So, what's going on with y'all out there today? Hopefully, you guys are having a good week and looking forward to an even better weekend. It is 7:35 a.m. here in the city, beautiful, and I am already out on that grind, trying to make up for the fact that Tuesday was so damn slow, didn't make any money, and Wednesday was a washout. Didn't end up going and making any money yesterday. In fact, I didn't even go out yesterday, or at least I didn't go out and do any deliveries. Yesterday, I took my baby sister grocery shopping, which gave me the opportunity to restock my own supplies. It had been about a month and a half since I went grocery shopping, so my supplies were very low, which was probably the main reason I was eating out of a lot of restaurants and chalking it up to the fact that I was treating myself. It's just the fact that I had nothing in the refrigerator, nothing in the cupboards. After a month and a half, what do you have left except the stuff that you didn't want to eat in the first place, which is why you pushed it to the side and got something else. Then I went to my sister's house, my middle sister, or my sister, who was in between my baby sister and I was going to do laundry at her house. I didn't realize that she had took her vacation this particular week because on her job, she's been there long enough now where she gets like 3 weeks a year, full pay. Must be wonderful. So she took one of her weeks this week. And so yesterday she was in one of her moods. Let's just put it that way. And from the moment I get there, it's like shit on Shon time. She opens the door, looked like I just woke her up. And the first thing she tells me is, I'm doing my laundry today. You can't do your laundry here. So I'm like, okay, I'll just take my little sister grocery shopping. Then we'll see how the rest of the day goes. She decides that she's going to do every fucking thing in her house that she can wash. Granted, it's her washer, it's her dryer, it's her house. She can do laundry until the cows come home. But I'm thinking, okay, eventually, damn, it's a washing machine, It's not like I'm driving a car or something, It's a fucking washing machine. But like I said, she was in one of her moods yesterday, so she decided she was going to do every bit of laundry that she could find. So she took all day to do laundry, and that fucked up my schedule. Then my baby sister and I would get involved in trying to set up her bank account online. She's with Capital One now, but due to the fact that there are no brick and mortar Capital Ones here in the city of Chicago, there's a cafe, a Capital One cafe up on Clybourne, which is a hell of a ride away from where she lives. And that's the only place where you can go and cash your check if you've got a physical check. Because, like I say, Capital One doesn't have any brick and mortar buildings here in the city of Chicago. They're great to do business with because you don't have that overhead. You don't have to pay employees and taxes and rent and light and gas and all this other stuff that a brick and mortar building, normally incurs. But the downside is if you want to cash a check, you kind of fucked with Capital One, Going up on North Clybourne, I've never been up there as far as going to the Capital One. I used to go up there to this bookstore that used to be on Clybourne. I'm not sure if it's there anymore. It was too fucking far to be driving, once a month to pick up my comic books when there are bookstores that are, hella closer. So I stopped going. So I don't know if they've even got a parking lot for their customers. I'm sure they have something, but the way Clybourne is angled and designed, Unless they bought some property either on either side or behind, it would be pretty hard for them to establish a parking lot in that particular area. So I don't know. So I have a Capital One as well, but I also have PNC as my primary. And if I want to cash a check, I just go into PNC and just deposit it or direct deposit, you know. And then I replenish my Capital One by transferring money electronically from PNC to Capital One. That's how I do it. So I don't have to deal with going into the cafe. And then my son's mom wanted to get in my ass yesterday. For whatever reason, she was feeling very chatty. And so she let me have it. The same shit as always. It's the same bullshit that we argue about whenever we argue. Same shit, different day. Just change the day on the calendar. Insert bullshit here. So that was yesterday. It was just one of those days, you know? It was just... And then finally I just decided to give up. I bought me some authentic hot tamales. They were even in the corn wrapped, in the corn wrapping. Went home, did my laundry, had to pay, coin machine, the inconvenience of doing laundry in front of strangers. I mean, I used to do it back in the day, but I think I got spoiled, And now the idea of doing your laundry and you having to pay for it, and you're doing your laundry in front of strangers, and then you got people behind you waiting on the machines because there's only a finite number of machines that are working and shit like that. It's going to take some getting used to again. So then I finally finished that. Had my tamales. They were awesome. Highlight of my fucking day. Also got the chance to watch Teen Titans: The Judas Contract yesterday. Pretty good. Very, very good. I highly recommend you guys go out and buy that DVD. Totally worthy. Gotta give it to DC Animation. They can't make a live action movie for shit. But they do pretty good when it comes to animation. So, the Judas Contract is pretty fucking good. But then again, it was based on a really good story. For those of you that have it or will go out and buy it, the Judas Contract is based on, I think Marv Wolfman and John Ostrander wrote it, I believe. I have it in my collection, but man, it's been a decade plus since I looked at that book, so I'm not sure if it was Wolfman who did the story or Ostrander. I think it was Wolfman. I think it was Wolfman and Perez. I think Wolfman wrote it and Perez drew it. But don't quote me on that. It may have been George Ostrander who wrote it. But it's a good-ass story. It's a really, really good-ass story. It involves Deathstroke. Back then, he was known as Deathstroke the Terminator. That's before the first movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger came out, The Terminator. And DC felt like we don't want to fight, Hollywood over the rights to call a character the Terminator. So they kind of dropped the Terminator thing and just went with Deathstroke. And then for the Teen Titans cartoons, that's the same character that they refer to as Slade in the cartoon series. They just dropped the Deathstroke thing because using the word death on TV and a kids cartoon is something that most network execs kind of pissed themselves over. So that's why they refer to him as Slade. And then, of course, Rob Liefeld, in his infinite wisdom, decided to rip the character off when he created Deadpool, right down to the fact that Slade Wilson is Deathstroke's real name, and Deadpool's real name is Wade Wilson. I mean, at least Rob Liefeld just owned up to the fact that, yeah, he's a total fucking ripoff, you know. It is what it is. Hey, I'm not going to pretend that that the character is unique. It's a total ripoff. So you got to give him props for that. But that kind of lifted my spirits. Ended up watching a few other animated movies. Some stuff I hadn't seen in a while. The Wonder Woman movie, the cartoon. I hadn't seen that one. I watched it when it first came out, when I first got it, and then I put it away. It's a good movie, but it kind of runs over itself at times. Like you got this strong, independent, powerful woman in Wonder Woman, and she somehow falls in love with the very first man that she sees. That's kind of lame ass, if you ask me. I've always thought that DC kind of shot themselves in the foot with that. It's kind of like why Superman loves Lois Lane so damn much. Don't know. I mean, yeah, you know now, given the actresses that have played Lois Lane and everything, but why do superheroes tend to fall in love with the first character that they see of the opposite sex? And in the case of Wonder Woman, it really didn't make any sense. I mean, you're from a female only, not female dominated, but a female only society. And then you meet a man, and instantaneously he's everything you want. You didn't go out there and sample what other men are like. You fall in love with the first dude you see. Granted, in the movie, he doesn't save her. Well, there's a part where he does kind of save her in the middle. But her battle with Ares at the end, she's entirely on her own. Gotta admit that the battle was fantastic. It really was. Damn. Little girls or something else. They're going to the school bus coming to pick them up. Damn, she fine.
That's not. I was talking to somebody about that. I think I got to talk to the auditor or something. Right. I think I might talk to them. Yeah. All right.
You gotta admire that, you know. The fact that he brings his kids out to get on the school bus every day. When I was living in this area, I used to see him also standing out there to pick his kids up when they would get out of school and the school bus would drop them off. It's pretty fucking cool. Not as cool as physically taking your kids all the way to school your damn self, but still pretty fucking cool that he's involved, you know. Be more impressive if he took them. You see a lot of parents around here walking their kids all the way to school and then making sure that when they get out of school, they're right there to pick them up. It's not that this is a very, very bad neighborhood. It's just that with your most precious items, why would you take any chances, you know? Make sure that they get into school safe and sound. Although, in this day and age, shit, where you got people going into schools and shooting kids and shooting teachers and shit, you have to wonder if even that's enough these days. I mean, wasn't it just about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, that a guy went into the school, killed the teacher because that was his ex or some shit like that, and then shot a kid? I guess because the kid was probably standing next to her. I mean, damn, is it that serious? I mean, shit. the relationship is over, it's over. You know? I mean, damn. That whole bullshit, I'm gonna kill you, then kill myself. I mean, shit. I mean, I don't get it. I've never understood that mentality, you know? I mean, no matter how deeply you in love with somebody, if they decide to walk away or you decide to walk away, shit, walk away. It was bad. The relationship was bad. You know, I mean, people don't leave a good ass relationship. People fuck up a good relationship, but they don't normally leave a good relationship. You arguing and fighting all the fucking time. You hate to be in the same room with each other. You hate to be shit. I've been in situations where I hated to turn the corner to go home. I was having a good fucking day until I turned the corner and I could literally see my house. That's when you know the shit is bad. You know, you're arguing all the time. You hate to be around that person. You know it's over. They know it's over. You break up. Why would one of you, male or female, then decide, no, it's not over. I'm not going to let you go. I still love you. We can work it out. We've been fighting like a big ass cat and a big fat dog, you know? So I'm going to grab my gun and go into your place of business and kill you and then kill myself or commit suicide by cop. I don't get it. Like I said, people don't leave a good relationship. They will fuck up a good relationship in a heartbeat. But nobody leaves a good relationship. If you laughing and joking and you love being around the person you with and every day is like fucking Christmas and New Year's roll up into one, you're not going to leave that. You might go outside and try to fuck somebody else and end up fucking up that relationship, but you're not going to leave that. And if that's the reason why shit got bad or turned bad, kill your damn self, because you're the one that fucked that up. You know? Even if the other person is the reason why the relationship got fucked up. Say you're a guy, you fucking with a chick, you love her more than anything else in the world. She goes out and fucks some other dude. She fucks somebody else. Contemplate that. No matter how she feels about you, no matter how you feel about her, she went out and fucked somebody else. So the relationship gets fucked up. You didn't kill her when you found out she fucked somebody else. But when she leaves or you leave, then you make the decision, grab a gun, go kill her. Kill anybody that's near her, around her. Come on now. When God made one pussy, he didn't stop. End of discussion. Find you somebody else, somebody that's better for you. You know? That's always been my way of doing things. I'm not interested in killing you. I don't want to be killed by you. If it's over, it's over. I think that's probably one of the problems I'm having with my son's mom. She claims that, yeah, I'm over you and shit like that. But it doesn't seem that way. It never seems like she let go or she wanted it to end. I don't know. She acts like she hates my guts. But she's always bringing up shit that I don't know. I just don't know. All I do know is that yesterday I was kind of turned off to the whole female species. It was just like women unite to kick me in the nuts. Maybe it was Kick Shon in the Nuts Day and somebody forgot to tell me. I don't know. All I do know is that my nuts are tired from being kicked. Because yesterday they were kicked tremendously. Damn. I started my day early and it's now damn near 5 minutes to 8 and I still haven't gotten a fucking call. It's like I recorded in a previous video. When I start my day early before 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, I end up making the same fucking amount of money that I make if I come out this time of day. It just feels more productive when I start my day before the sun really comes up, you know? This morning was gray and overcast. It looked like it was going to rain. Now the sun is out. Temperature's coming up. It just feels like I'm more productive when I get out early, even if I'm not getting any runs. Even though the money is comparable to when I leave the house at 10 o'clock in the morning. When I leave the house at 10, I feel lazy, you know? I feel like I didn't give it my all, that I should have got up earlier and left earlier. I don't know. It just feels that way to me. Maybe I just need to go back and do security again. I don't know. That way you're not depending on people ordering shit and restaurants paying you. You at work. You're doing your thing no matter what. But anyway. Shit, you know what? On that same subject, I've even actually thought about going back and transporting passengers again. Yeah, I know. Last thing I want to do. Because like I say, Uber passengers kind of ruined that for me. You know, sit your ass in the back seat, turn on your cell phone, put your earphones in, I'll get you to your destination. Don't worry about it. You directing me. Oh, turn your GPS off. I know how to get to my house better than you do. Fine. But then you looking at my GPS to tell me when and where to turn. If I would have turned the motherfucking screen off, I wonder how lost we would have gotten that day. And like I say, for me, you got passengers get in the back seat, they leave a mess. That's fine. If you got shit on your shoes, leaves, dirt, shit like that, that's fine. I can vacuum that up. I had a little vacuum cleaner in the car. I could have always vacuumed that up. But then you get in my vehicle and you decide my back seat is where you're going to dump out all the shit that's in your attaché case. Why? Wherever you're going had a garbage can. I know it did. That's much fucking bigger. Way fucking bigger than my back fucking seat. What would prompt you to do that in somebody else's car? Were you angry at something? Couldn't have been me. I just met the guy. What would prompt you to do that in somebody else's vehicle? But the cumulative effect of that just wore me down. But you don't make the same amount of money doing deliveries that you make transporting passengers. You just don't. Even if you're doing doubles all day long, you're not going to make the same amount of money. You're going to do just as much driving, but you're not going to make the same amount of money. The only upside is I don't have to deal with people in my vehicle. You know, I pick up the food at the restaurant. Most people at the restaurant are nice. Whatever restaurants you go in. And most people are really happy to see you when you bring their food because you're bringing them their food. Even if they don't tip, they're still happy to see you. It's a difference maker. You know, you're just sacrificing some money. So, anyway, that was my Wednesday. My chance to gripe and bitch and moan. It was a fucked up day. It rained a little. Actually, it rained a lot yesterday, so I got wet. But I stocked my place with groceries and snackies and shit like that, so I'm good for a while. Got to hang out with my baby sister, which is always great. So, but beyond that, the only highlights of my day, I got, like I say, I got to watch the Judas Contract. It's a good movie. I recommend you guys buy it. It's fantastic. Like I said, I watched. That prompted me. I don't know why it. I guess Wonder Girl at the end sort of made me want to go back and rewatch Wonder Woman. Because yes, Wonder Girl is in the Judas Contract, even if it's only briefly. And no, it's not Cassie Sandsmark. It's not her. It's Donna Troy. So, kudos to the animators or the writers of the Judas Contract for putting her in the movie. I've noticed that most DC animated movies have been kind of reluctant to use that version of Wonder Girl. I don't know why. That's my personal favorite version of Wonder Girl. I got nothing against Cassie, but there are tons of blonde female superheroes out there. I know that Wonder Girl is basically just a younger version of Wonder Woman, but I still prefer Donna Troy to Cassie. Just my personal opinion. And I was glad to see that they used that version in the movie and not the Cassie version. So, my day it ended up better than it started. I don't know what I'm going to call this video. How to bitch and moan on a good Thursday morning. Maybe I'll use that as a title. I don't know. Getting kicked in the nuts by all the women in your life. Maybe I'll use that. I don't know yet, but yesterday was just one of those days. I'm glad it's over. And it's not going to be like that today. So, hopefully you guys are having a good Thursday. You didn't have a fucked up Wednesday like I did. And your week is going great. But if you did have a fucked up Wednesday, you weren't alone. So, don't feel bad. All right, I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys for watching and being my therapist, I guess. You guys have a good one, good week, good weekend. Stay safe. Watch out for each other. Okay? And I'll holler at you later. Peace.